small clearing in the forest and come upon a small rabbit's foot laying on the ground.
I snatch it up and roll 1 for investigation.
A 1
Not
for
a natural
investigation.
run. No, it's modified.
Okay, with a modified. You pass the small token through your fingers, and as you do so, a Hengiokai sorcerer comes sprinting through the forest, grabs the rabbit's foot, slaps you in the face, and says, "Hey, that's mine," before running off.
I'm confused.
Me too. That's how we like it here. Welcome to Threshold Moonlight, our D&D 5e podcast. My name is Matt, and I'll be your dungeon master for this adventure.
My name is Tom, and I play the main character, Cress, and currently his buddy, Mal.
Well, I don't know if they're buddies, but they're together at least.
They both are dressed up in robes.
After I said that, in my head, all I could hear was the theme song of Too Many Cooks.
Too many cooks?
Like, they're just shoved together and... Oh, you, an 80s sitcom or something. Anyway.
They are like that.
Basically. We left you off outside a very large cavern in the middle of a cave.
No, I'm walking right up. We left off with me walking right up to everybody.
To the table. All right, so you're in some sort of hideout that you've tailed a man to.
Okay, wait. I have to get my map out.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So you're sort of at the mouth of that tunnel to the south, leading out to the ridge. And last thing you said, I believe you were getting ready to go down and talk to the people sitting at the tables there, eating some food.
Okay. So, Mal is walking up. Does he recognize any of these as the guy he was tailing?
Make a perception check.
10.
You manage to barely recognize what you think to be the person that you had been following through the jungle, sitting at the table to the right.
So Mal is actually going to pull out some makeup and smudge it on his face. And
like you do.
Yeah, he's looking fine. He's casting friends on himself.
Okay.
And he's going to walk up to his buddy.
His buddy, the man that murdered a man recently and ran away from him in the woods?
He's going to walk. Yeah, that's his buddy. He's walking up.
All right.
Fair enough. Can he sit by him? Is there an open space?
Yeah, this man's sitting alone at this table, actually.
Okay, so I have never actively spoken to this man. He is.
You probably don't want to whistle at him again.
That is not
a weird look
what
for
I'm
that.
gonna do. I am making my rolls.
Okay.
I have advantage on this persuasion check.
Okay.
24.
So sit down and make your whatever you're gonna try to persuade him for, and we'll see what he does.
So why'd you try to lose us in those woods back there? Don't you recognize us?
I don't know. It looked like you guys were trying to follow me.
We're new recruits. We're trying to get components.
He sits, takes a spoonful of stew, and is going to make an insight check to see if he thinks you're lying.
This is gonna be so bad if he does.
He does not. Rolling an 8.
Yeah. The makeup.
He squints his eyes at you. He barely recognizes Mal, and was convinced that he saw a horse with him and not a second person. So he kind of shakes off any concerns he had and ponders the concept of a new recruit. And he says to you, New recruits. Yeah. I remember Darius said something about that before he left.
Yeah, and we don't really know. I mean, it's so hard to get to this place. We were worried we might not get back, so when we saw you, we tried to get back here. We didn't even get the components we need. We got to go back out. Do you think you could help us?
He kind of looks around. Make a what's your passive perception?
My passive perception as Mal?
Yeah.
9.
What's your passive as Cress? Because you're both sitting there.
15.
Okay. With the 15, you kind of notice that he's sitting there alone. Kind of, it looks almost like he's new, maybe, or like he's kind of shunned. The rest of the group is maybe doing some weird hazing. I don't know. Like, he's kind of alone though, and the other people are avoiding him a bit. So he finishes his stew and gets up with the two of you and begins leading you away to the north of the cave.
So we're going up that ramp?
Yeah, you're going to walk by a couple more of the Crescere disciples here. What do you do as you're walking up to this ramp?
Try to keep my head low and let the blood on my blood cloak show.
All right.
That's our motto. Keep our heads low, let the blood on our cloak show.
Are you saying that out loud to them?
No.
Because they would probably know if that was their motto.
No.
Great. You keep your heads low. Maybe do a stealth check. Just, yeah.
Crit.
Okay. It looks like this guy is walking alone somehow. You guys, you hug shadows that are just strangely.
I rolled for both of us, and Cress only got like a 23.
Only got a 23. No, it's fine. They weren't really looking too hard. You're with someone that they recognize. You make it to the ramp, and this Crescere disciple leads you upwards and into the tunnel that leads off to the north. So go ahead and remove cover top from your map.
Okay. Whoa, there's boats.
Boats. So he accompanies you through this tunnel, which leads out into a very large cavern. The opposite side of which you can see is the mouth of this cave, the natural entrance, and the mouth is consumed. It's filled with a very large lake, and sitting to one side of this large cavern is a dock with 5 rowboats sitting, waiting to be taking someone in or out of the cave. And as he's leading you from that sort of main area to this one, he says, "My name is Ale. It's nice to see some new people. Gets kind of secluded down here in this cave, and the other guys have been giving me a rough time a bit."
That sucks. I'm Vance, and this is Brusker over here. And we kind of give him a bro chin thing.
Okay.
There's got to be a name for that little chin nod, right?
I think it's a brochin. I think that's the term.
Yeah, it is.
The technical term is brochin.
It's on page like 700 of the DM guide.
Yeah. Make a brochin check to see if you do it hard enough. No, don't
16.
do that. Okay, you brochin super hard. He pauses for a moment, still a bit unsure of your guys' trustworthiness. But then he says, "Exocath will be so pleased," under his breath.
Okay. In character, they're going to ponder that as I try to write that down.
That's Axicath, in case you want correct spelling.
Exocath. That was not even close to how I spelled it, by the way.
He walks out to the furthermost boat, pulls 2 oars out, hands one to each of you, and sits down. He seems a little bit pleased that he's not the low man on the totem pole of this group.
That's fine. We start rowing. Do you want, like, any checks?
It's a simple task. The water is serene. You row your way out of this cave.
By the way, Cress loves boats.
Does he?
Yeah, he just loves them.
Okay.
So he's just happy to be on a boat, even though he's in mortal danger.
All right. So you row your way out and come to, like, it's sort of a very covered, overhung with vines, just a weird little beach opening that if you didn't know was there, you wouldn't think anything of it. And when you get close enough, Ale hops out, pulls the boat to shore, and begins walking into the forest. He pulls out a sack. He pulls out a bag, and then he reaches in and pulls out 2 sacks and tosses a sack to both you and Mal, and then opens his own and begins looking through the forest.
Okay.
Through the trees and the vines of the jungle.
So we're in the forest. Cress is going to use Mask of the Wild.
Okay.
And hide.
Okay. So is that a stealth check?
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
It's like a 16. 16?
All right. That beats his passive. So you consider yourself hidden.
Okay. So, and Mal's just going to use a regular stealth check for a 17.
Oh, I'm creeped out, man. I'm the DM. I'm not supposed to get creeped out, but this is like some creepy jungle shit where you're going to pounce on me from the mist.
And what do you want for the pounce? Because they're going to do it now.
Oh, they're going to do it.
Right. As he's gathering things, they're both, they kind of gave each other the eye, you know? And Mal's readying his rope, Cress is readying his vine rope, and they're... Oh, wait, no, Cress is readying a bola.
Ebola.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not Ebola.
Oh, man.
A bola net.
Well, that'll be less effective than Ebola, but probably better for the world as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, there probably is a timeline of Threshold that is just having problems with different sicknesses.
Plagues and whatnot?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not that one, though.
Okay,
so you pull out your bola, and as you do these maneuvers, positioning yourself in place, Ale looks up, doesn't see either of you, and reaches for a scimitar.
Okay.
Go ahead and do what you were going to do with the pouncing.
Okay, I got a crit on the bola throw.
Okay.
This is great. I'm getting the luck that I was missing last week.
Yeah.
And then what do you want for the modifier on a strength modifier for Mal pouncing? It's a 15 natural.
Yeah, go ahead and you're just going to make a grapple, so it'd be roll plus your strength mod. And
so it's a flat 15 for Mal's Mal pouncing, but the bola was thrown first.
What does the bola do?
It puts him in the restrained condition.
Okay, so
Question
his speed is 0. He has disadvantage on a dex save, which he's going to try to do to kind of dodge. He's not going to make an opposed strength to avoid being grappled. He's going to try to dodge out of the way because he's not especially strong. And apparently he's not especially dexterous. He rolls an 8, which is not going to beat the... You said a 15?
15 for the strength and a crit on the bola hitting him.
The bola, yeah. Great. So he is grappled and restrained, which, yeah. Go ahead and do what you're going to do now.
Cress and Mal are going to kind of stalk up to him, and
This is creepy. Also, Mal is on top of him.
Mal's holding him.
I'm creeped out, and I get to control the monsters, so this is not fair.
Mal's going to try an intimidation for... How long does friends last? It's gone.
He's hostile.
I took a
so
hostile, so it's gone.
Yeah, he's not friendly anymore.
He also knows that I had used magical influence earlier.
Right. Okay.
So I was gonna try to intimidate for it ends up being an 11. So Mal's just gonna go. It's just you and us, out here alone in the forest, and just kind of play with his dagger or short sword.
He's surrounded by the two of you. He's pinned down, unable to move, caught under his ankles are lashed together with your bolas, and he kind of just begins scooting away from you, like trying to push his way away from you and whimpering.
I feel like the bad guys right now. Well,
You might. Are we the baddies?
are we?
You might be.
We might. Okay.
We'll see. Maybe the crew are trying to bring back peace to the realm.
I don't know.
What a twist. Oh, man. If I were a better DM, I would have made that the twist that they were killing bad people like Dexter and that they were actually good guys.
You're the best DM. Okay, I'm trying.
So he's intimidated.
Yeah, so Cress and Mal
we'll impose the frightened condition on him as well.
are coming up against him. Okay, Mal's got his short sword, right?
All right.
So Cress is going to walk right up and snatch the component pouch away from the cult fanatic because
Okay.
he's worried about casting.
Okay.
And
That's
it's
probably
rifling through
a
it.
good plan.
He
Yeah.
finds twigs and there's special leaves and there's a pearl in there, I want to say, and he's going through all that stuff. You could
He
veto
comes across a thumb.
you could veto any of this, but he finds grinded metal and he pulls out some that he
Okay.
thinks is iron.
Sure.
And then he says, Mal, allow me. And he takes the short sword, cuts off a part of his robe, wraps it around the metal handle of the short sword.
Okay.
Now he's going to cast Produce Flame.
Mm-hmm.
And a fireball appears in his hand, a very small one he's doing this time.
Okay.
He's going to flick the iron into it and then cast heat metal on the sword. So the sword starts glowing bright, hot metal.
Okay. Are you about to torture a man?
I am going to ask him some questions.
Okay. Now you sound like the CIA or something. It's a good thing we're not doing alignments. We're just doing role play because that is some dark shit.
He is just doing an enhanced charisma check.
Oh my gosh.
That's
messed up.
That's what I want to use.
Okay. Go ahead and ask your questions, and we'll see what rolls you have to make.
Okay. So he's just gonna say, he's gonna
This
gruff.
dude's pretty scared. He's not gonna get much more scared, but go ahead.
What are you doing here?
He is gonna just struggle against his bonds at this point, trying to get away from you. He's pretty terrified. He doesn't respond to this, which he fails. He does not break free.
Okay, so Mal's gonna step in and try a good cop with a 18 persuasion.
Okay.
And say, whoa, there's no need for that. We're just trying to find out what's going on here. We don't want to hurt anyone.
The cultist Ale kind of shifts his way over towards Mal as best he can and nods.
And Mal's gonna say, listen, where are the people you've been taking?
We hold them in the cages to the west of the main room.
Okay. Why are you taking people?
Well, it's for Axacath. You know.
And Cress goes, enlighten me, and he lowers the sword closer to this guy's face.
He does that thing like in movies where the guy like picks his chin up and the sword, like the hot metal, like gets closer to his neck, and he's like doing that like Adam's apple swallowing thing, like it is very dramatic. And he says to summon him.
I see. You mentioned someone named Darius. Is he the boss around here? Mal's gonna push the sword away and goes, "Look at us. We're strong. We're strong people. We can protect you from Darius." Ooh, like a 24 on that.
It's not Darius who I'm worried about. We have but one true leader.
Are you gonna say Axacath again?
He's gonna say Axacath again. Yeah, that's what he does. Yeah.
Axacath isn't gonna know that you said anything.
Axacath knows everything. Yes, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. They tied me up.
Is he just talking to himself now?
Might be.
Man, okay. So Cress and Mal are gonna turn their backs and to him and have a discussion.
What did you do to bind him?
There's bolas around his ankles, and we just scared the crap out of him.
Okay. You didn't tie him up, though?
No.
He actually manages to break free of the bolas.
Do I hear it?
As you turn your back, and he begins sprinting off into the forest as fast as he's able.
But I didn't hear him break free?
You both heard it, and you can hear him crashing through the leaves as he sprints away from you.
I got a chance of sprinting after him?
Mm-hmm.
I do that.
Okay, so you guys are chasing him through the woods, not really paying attention to where you're going. You follow him. Let's make some athletics checks to see if you catch him and if he's able to dodge out of the way of things.
How many you want from me?
Go ahead and roll me 3. Ooh, he's rolling well. Okay.
15, 16, and a 12.
He's going to roll a 4th one. Oh, wow. Wowza. He rolled 18, 14, 13, 17. Are those modified with your athletics?
No.
Whatnot?
No,
Okay.
they are not. It's going to be 17, 16, 13.
Okay. That's fortunate. So, he goes sprinting off. He, does this cool slide underneath a fallen tree, and you manage to kind of vault over it in this sort of rolling maneuver. Then he catches an ankle on a low-hanging vine while you're able to sort of just jump straight through, and you come closer to him. And then at the very last, he turns back, seeing you, and crashes his head into a low-hanging branch, and you manage to catch back up to him.
Okay.
But at this point, you have no idea where you are in the woods, in these jungle.
Okay. You want to say I lost concentration on heating that metal?
No, you didn't take any damage. You could release it if you want, but
no,
that's up to you.
Can I burn him?
Yeah, he's sort of just laying on the ground, prone at your mercy. Not bound or anything, but...
So,
yeah.
Cress is pissed off, and he's gonna burn him only for 4 damage.
The metal singes.
And he's just gonna be like, stop running. Burning him on an ankle.
Okay.
And Mal's gonna say, listen, we're gonna go our separate ways. We just gotta get back to that cave and get the people out. The people you've been taking. I don't want anything else of all this. I don't want anything to do with this. He's going to roll a 24 persuasion on that.
Who are you're persuading Mal?
Mal is trying to persuade Ale to just help him get in, get the prisoners, and just forget all this. At least forget Mal's role in it.
Okay. The three of you are together. He well, I guess I have to roll for him. Yeah, no, he crit fails, so he believes you. He's ready to help. And the three of you stand up lost in the forest, in the jungle.
Okay. Cress is going to bind his arms significantly.
Okay.
And
unable to break free.
Yeah, and kind of like leash him. He's now like one of those kids on a leash in the mall.
Okay. Like Mike Myers in Saturday Night Live.
That's what I would like him to be, like.
He's not quite as spastic, but if you give him a candy bar, he might be. I need to get out my lost condition. I'm glad that this is not going away.
I have mixed feelings.
I didn't think it would come back. So, roll a D20.
3.
Fantastic. You begin walking off in a direction, just into the jungle, not knowing exactly where to go. Roll a survival check to see if you can identify where you need to go.
9. With the modifier, yep.
Okay. Nothing happens as you stand in this area. Roll another D20 to see which direction you head off into.
7.
Okay, you walk off, take a sharp left, and just head off in that direction, thinking that perhaps you remember this tree that you've run by. Yes, there's a gouge in the side of it. That has to be right. And as you come to it, make your survival check again.
That's going to be a 12. Nope. Didn't have my modifier. 17.
Okay. 17. Okay. You notice that, yes, in fact, that this tree is one that you've run by. Roll one more D20.
Do you remember the sequence from Ocarina of Time in the Lost Woods?
No.
Well,
it's been a while.
I do. Dun, 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 dun. That song would get louder if you were going the right direction. So.
Oh, okay.
That's what I feel like right now.
If that were happening, that would be what you would be experiencing at the moment.
Did you say roll a D20?
Yeah.
A 13.
Okay. 13. Perfect. Okay, so you do manage to wander back to the sort of the clearing. You see the cut bola on the ground, and you identify exactly where you need to be. But as you were moving through the jungle, kind of wandering aimlessly about, crashing through the leaves and the trees, something heard you. And now, as you walk, you see that there is a giant scorpion just walking through the jungle, looking around. It doesn't quite see you yet, but it's moving closer to you.
Okay. Cress is gonna go shh to Matt.
Okay, so you guys are gonna hide from it.
He's just telling Ale to shut up right now.
Okay.
Mal has already started. Mal crit fails his hide.
Okay.
Cress gets very high, like a 19.
So, the scorpion pauses as he thinks he sees something off in the trees. He moves closer, still not exactly seeing anyone. You can roll another stealth check, another hide check again if you want, now that this thing's closer, but you're going to do so at disadvantage.
Okay. Mal is going to make a persuasion check of 18 and throw one of his cut. He's going to cut what's-his-face free. Okay?
Oh.
He's going to cut Ale free and hand him his offhand short sword.
Oh.
And say, trust me, with the 18 persuasion check.
Okay.
Cress is going to be a little pissed about this, but Cress is going to...
He goes for it. Cress what?
Cress is going to draw his bow.
Okay.
He's pissed, but he recognizes that they're probably not going to hide from this thing forever, and it's the time to fight. And he doesn't really know what to do with Ale anyway, so...
Oh, shit. I was not ready for you to fight it. Great. So you're going to engage this giant scorpion, huh?
Cress is going to loose the first arrow, and...
Okay. That's a surprise round. All three of you can have an attack on this thing that was not aware of your existence.
Cress is shooting for 16.
Okay. Go ahead and do the other ones.
Mal's gonna hold action. It's a surprise round.
The Ale charges forward with an 18 on the short sword.
Well, you're not giving him components, though.
No. Okay.
Okay. God, navigating this weird prisoner psychology is really stressful for me in my brain. Okay, Mal's gonna go in, crit fail his hit.
Oh no.
And then disengage with his rogue thing that I should have looked up the name of.
I'm going to see if something horrible happens. It does not. Nothing horrible happens on that crit fail. So he runs in and swings and misses. Go ahead and loose the arrow that Cress is holding.
I did. It was a 16. Oh.
Yeah, the damage.
The damage? 7. 7 piercing damage.
7 piercing damage. Great. And Ale is going to charge forward. He's going to just raise the short sword above his head. He swings for an 18, bringing it down into the beast's head for 3 damage. And with those 3 strikes passing across this scorpion, it readies to attack you. Roll initiative. I will handle Ale's as well, which he rolls a 15. Okay, so what was Cress's?
Cress's would be a 20, not natural.
Okay, what's Mal's?
Mal's is an 8.
Great. Okay, Mal. Fantastic. We're actually going to go in that same exact order. No, I'm wrong. Cress goes first, and then Ale.
Cress is knocking another arrow and shooting it for 18 to hit.
Hits.
And that is going to be max damage.
Fantastic.
Which is something I should know. 11.
11. Okay. So you've done a good chunk. The arrow looses, flies out, and catches the scorpion in its right eye. It's bleeding quite badly from the wound. And that brings us to Ale, who is going to, being right next to this thing very bravely, he's going to go next, and he's going to throw the short sword aside and sort of raise his arms out wide, cupping them towards the sky. He pulls out a small dagger and cuts his hand, and he kind of grips at the blood, and it bursts into a small ball of radiant flame, and he hurls this ball at the scorpion, casting Sacred Flame against him, which is a dex save, which the scorpion fails. So he's going to take some damage from that. I never get to roll d8s. This is exciting. The ball of bloody flame bursts into the scorpion's head, dealing him 7 damage. And that takes us next in the order is to Mal.
Okay, Mal is going to use the cunning action to hide,
Okay.
and he gets a 23.
Great. That's more than enough.
Okay, and he is going to attack at advantage? That's how this works, right?
Yeah, he's hidden.
And he crits.
Crit. Roll it.
I totally cheated earlier and rolled a d8 for his short sword, I'm just realizing.
I'm pretty sure that I called him a ranger, though, so, mistakes happen.
It's fine.
We're super good at this.
So,
does he get to add sneak attack to this?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
10 plus 5
Oh, my God.
plus 6. 21 damage.
Oh, my God.
He's given that scorpion from he just comes up.
Describe this massive blow.
So he
which
sneaks
nearly
around.
Kills this thing.
Can I lop off its tail?
Oh yeah, that's right. He's not attacking ranged.
Yeah, so he sneaks around the forest, comes out, and tries to lop off the tail with his sword.
Okay.
With like a series of hacks, like 1 and then 2 with the sneak attack to try and just catch it from behind unawares.
He cuts cleanly through the scorpion's tail, which falls to the ground with a great thud. The stinger it curls like into a ball as it falls, and that's going to take us to the scorpion, who is going to wheel in pain and just try to run away, which it will incur an attack of opportunity against Mal and Ale. So, do you want to roll that for Mal?
Yeah. 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That's 6 damage from Mal, trying to catch its legs with his sword.
He cuts off the legs as the scorpion tries to flee, bleeding horribly from several wounds. And he manages to do so. The scorpion crumples in a heap on the ground and curls into a ball as it dies. I didn't think you guys would be able to take out that scorpion so handily.
Well, when you roll like 6 20s today, it's so different than last week just because I'm rolling 20s.
The triple surprise round was crazy.
That too.
That's fantastic.
Cress is gonna walk up to Ale, and he's gonna say, "I'm sorry. I don't know what happened."
Oh God!
What?
Go ahead. Sorry, finish.
What are you godding?
You walked up to him and you said, "I'm sorry," and I thought you were gonna fucking murder him.
Oh no.
Okay, calm down. So what do you say to him?
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him in a level 2 slot.
Great.
So I burnt him for 4 earlier.
Yeah, that's the only damage he's taken so far.
So I'm healing him for 10. Healing him for 10. So I'm just trying to undo the damage I did earlier.
Okay, great. You lay your hands on him. He looks up at you. He's very, very conflicted at this point. You can see across his face is playing just a nightmarish conflict.
So Cress rolled a 16. No, he's -1. 15 persuasion to say, I haven't been around people that much, and my emotions get the best of me at times, but you proved yourself in that fight. I saw how the others were treating you. Help us.
The 15's not enough to break him free of whatever trance he's fallen into. He continues muttering to himself angrily to whatever voice he's hearing, and says, "No, they're good. He's horribly conflicted and just a madman before you, torn apart by the directions he's being pulled.
Okay, so Cress has just healed Mal, or not Mal. God, Ale.
It's all right. We all do it sometimes. Their names are too similar, I've realized. I tried to do something different with the A, but oh man. So you've healed him. The three of you have shared in an adventure, wandering through the forests, being burned by one of you. He's still conflicted, talking to himself. You get the sense that there's a bit of madness affiliated with the members of this cult, and he leads you back towards the cave mouth. When you arrive there, you see that the water level has risen.
Okay.
There's a river that feeds into this lake, and the water level has risen. Some sort of maybe tidal thing going on. The entrance is basically shut off. It has risen high enough to cover like the passageway that you would need to take to get back down into the cave. So you guys are basically isolated from the entrance to the cave, and Ale seems very distraught by this, very upset, and then he pauses and immediately becomes very calm and says, "Oh, excellent. We'll have to stay the night out here."
Okay.
The sun has begun to dip low into the sky, and you can tell that it's going to be dark within a couple of minutes here.
That's out of character, really creepy. In character, Mal's gonna be like, "My wife's down there," and Cress tries to give him like,
"You'll have time to get her tomorrow."
Okay. I guess we're camping out here, and Cress is happy about this.
He actually leads you off to the side of this cave mouth, and there's an area that it seems like the crew have prepared for just this situation, where they've been sealed off from entering the cave, and have to spend the night outside. So it's a relatively safe little area guarded by a thicket of trees. There's several bedrolls inside.
Okay, well, we are going to trust this man we tortured and sleep by.
Fantastic. You sleep away the night, enjoying a long rest. It's kind of awkward, the four of you, or the three of you being elves, spend 4 hours just like looking at each other because you guys have trance. But Ale drifts off to sleep, the first out of the three of you, and then the rest. Do you guys go to sleep eventually?
Yeah, we're taking a long wrench. We'll do our deep meditation or whatever you want to
Did you say a long wrench?
Yeah, we're taking a long wrench, and that way we adjust our spell slots to...
Hi-oh.
I just need my spell slots back, okay?
Saved it. So he goes to sleep, you guys go to sleep, and you enjoy the benefits of a long rest, but you're awoken abruptly the next morning by Ale's voice booming much, much louder than is humanly possible. I guess elvenly possible?
Yeah.
Either of them.
Yeah, that's the term.
And he says, as you wake with a start, "Brothers, I've captured some intruders!" And you can hear the slap of paddles in the water shortly thereafter. And that is going to be it for this episode.
Never trust a man you tie up and burn with a molten sword. It's
probably not the best idea. He might have some anger towards you after that experience.
I healed him.
You did heal him, but there is something powerful that's controlling his mind.
Yeah, well, he's crazy.
crazy.
I thought
like
maybe
a fox.
I thought maybe Cress and him would bond over their craziness.
Okay.
Hold on. We're in the question comments section, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Questions, comments, anything you'd like to mention?
You said Darius, right?
I did say Darius.
About halfway through, I realized what that means.
Yeah?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
holy shit.
Holy shit.
Cress couldn't do a jump. He doesn't know who the hell Darius is, but
No, he doesn't know.
Tom
him.
is freaking out.
Tom's freaking out.
Um,
I was excited when we came up with that, and we'll see if it's what you think it is. Any other questions or comments?
It felt so good to roll things that weren't 4 ones in a row.
That would be a good thing. I think that would probably not be an enjoyable experience.
I was a little
it was
conflicted about torturing someone, but
You probably should be. I don't think the Crest is necessarily chaotic. He's certainly not evil.
well, he's been in the jungle a while. You know, he's a little.
This is just acceptable.
He's kooky, okay?
Fair enough. I mean, it goes back to the what is the bond that you created for the Teratotem elves?
What do you mean?
Whatever the saying that Master Telus Tervinari taught you.
Oh yeah,
you were doing. There was a necessity that you had to do this. To
exactly.
This
yes.
it's all good. I don't know how things are going to go here next time. The crew are paddling their way out to you, and it should be rather exciting when they get there.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna kill them all. I'm gonna kill everybody.
that's a sound plan. It won't work probably.
Yeah.
Unless the rolls are in your favor, then we'll see, and I'll have to rewrite my story. Other than that, if you enjoyed this show, make sure you check out Threshold Prime.
Wait.
What's up?
Threshold Prime is actually the universe that we're also a part of.
Oh, that's confusing.
Yes.
Steven used it in an email. Just going with what
I'm
he
just
says.
saying, but like, he has all the different universes, and Threshold Prime is the one we're both in, which is confusing.
Threshold Optimus?
God damn it.
Threshold Classic. Anyway, check them out. D6 Mafia makes it. You go to d6mafia.com or youtube.com/the D6Mafia. Check it out. Watch their whole series. They've sort of built this world, and we're just playing in it. And we're very excited. It's super fun, and we love it. So big thank you to them. If you want to get in touch with us outside of the show, we have a Twitter and a Facebook. That's at Studio LT3, and then I do this every week. It's
Facebook.com/StudioLT3.
Yeah, I'll learn it eventually. No, I won't. It'll just be like the narcoleptic pack animal.
You could let me just do both. Because I know both.
Fair enough. And you can email us at contact@studiolt3.com. We'd love to hear from anyone who enjoys the show. Other than that, we just want to say thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.